Hello everyone and welcome to another Orchid Spotlight. Today I am spotlighting a plant obviously that's not in bloom at the moment, but nonetheless this is an orchid that everyone needs to have in their collection. You can see it's miniature sized. You can see it is bloom sized at this size. You can see that it is very well contained, has lots of roots. The media is very coarse. This is none other than Dendrobium canaliculatum, which I love this plant. I really do. The plant is very special. I will always have it in my collection and it is so worthy. But on the downside, it's very, very finicky. Now let's put that aside and let's pull out Botanica's orchids, and right here, canaliculatum. Now I know I've shown this plant many, many times over the years, some alive, some dead, but this one that I have currently really seems to be doing much better, and it could be because of the cash pot that it is sitting in. But let's get back to what I'm doing here. Canaliculatum, the treaty orchid, miniature species, Northern Australia, the islands, Southern New Guinea, grows on Melaleuca woodlands and open forests. Melaleuca is a paper bark tree, which coincidentally also is native to Florida, where it is invasive to the Everglades, perhaps due to when it produces its seeds. It produces so many seeds that the resulting seedlings have just taken over the wetlands and the Everglades down there, and they're trying to eliminate the Melaleuca trees, and coincidentally, which is quite interesting to me. But anyway, they grow in low altitudes where it does have a dry season during the winter and spring. That is where you have difficulty, because they do, like it says, like a pronounced rest. It is not a complete rest. They still like the high humidity, they still like high light, and they can stand a little on the cooler side of intermediate, but they still don't want to be too cold, if that makes any sense. And their roots always like to be wet or watered or moist, I should say, even in the dry season, if that makes any sense. In the past, when I have given them occasional waters, like my deciduous dendrobiums, which is similar to what their culture, the way that it sounds, pronounced dry season, that sounds like anosmum, aphyllum, purardii, pendulum, all of those and more. So, but each time that I gave it a pronounced dry season, which a very pronounced dry season, that is very emphatic. So it really is indicative of a deciduous dendrobium that gets cooler and drier. But this is the exception. This does want drier, but it does not want dry to that dry degree, if that makes any sense. It is intolerant of soggy, but it wants the roots to never ever dry out. If that is what explains it. The roots always need to be green. They do. That is what drives any plant, any orchid, is the roots and their ability to stay healthy and green and thriving. And the fact that these are green and it has not even been watered in a couple of days speaks truth to what I'm talking about. So, but anyway, irrespective of that, it is a very worthy plant. As it continues to say, they appeared in the spring. They're fragrant to me. Species may be grown in a small pot or on a slab, and I've grown them in both. This plant, I keep it in the east end of the greenhouse, where it gets the morning sun and then it gets a little bit of afternoon. I hang it where it's under the fan where it gets good air movement, so that when I water it, the roots dry fast. And that is a key also to making sure that plants that need that wet, dry, they don't want their roots to be soggy, but they want them to be a little moist. Fans and just good air movement is essential, and for cooling as well. These do not want to be too warm, but it does grow in low altitudes. But this is very much a desirable plant in my eyes. I want to say part of the success that I have been having this spring and last winter was that I kept this in a cache pot that I had specially made for me. When I water it, or when it gets, accidental water, the water does collect in the bottom to let it wake up any roots that are going through the holes at the bottom of the pot, because there are some, and I can't pull it out now, but these holes allow excess, and I can always just tip it over and let that excess drain out, but it will drain out automatically because there is no drainage hole in the bottom. And as I said, it is a miniature plant, just a wonderful, wonderful plant. Antelope type. Thanks for watching, folks. Enjoy your orchids.